Our world is full of phenomena that science has yet to explain. They are captured on cameras, recorded by instruments, yet their secrets remain elusive. From unexplained lights in the sky to mysterious signals from space, all of this exists on the boundary between science and mystery. Today, we will tell you about 10 phenomena that have been documented in real life but still remain unexplained. Some of them have astonished thousands of witnesses, others have baffled scientists, yet all of them raise the same question: what are they really? Join us on this journey through mysteries and enigmas. The Phoenix Lights, March 13, 1997. Something strange appeared over Phoenix, seen by thousands of people. A giant triangular object slowly hovered above the houses. Its size was comparable to a football field, and its shape was clearly visible thanks to the lights. The military remained silent at first, then claimed it was the release of training flares. Eyewitnesses were certain it was neither rockets nor airplanes. The governor initially laughed, but later admitted that he had seen the object himself. What was it, and why didn't the government explain? The Phoenix Lights remain one of the most widely witnessed and mysterious UFO sightings in U.S. history. The Man from Taured, Tokyo. It was a hot July day in Tokyo, 1954. At the airport's passport control, a man of European appearance, dressed sharply and elegantly, appeared. He carried himself calmly, but people around began to notice something strange. He handed over his passport, and the documents looked completely genuine. But the country listed in the passport was called Taured, a place that existed in no database and on no map. The man explained that his country had existed for 1,000 years and even showed its location on a map between France and Spain. Yet that area is Andorra, and Taured did not exist. The officers were bewildered. He was detained, his documents were confiscated, and he was placed in a hotel under guard, with scheduled meetings with representatives from various ministries. Everything seemed like an official investigation, but the strangeness of the situation only grew. The next morning, the man had disappeared. Along with him, the passport vanished. There was no trace, no explanation, as if he had been erased from reality. The case of the Man from Taured remains one of the most mysterious stories in aviation history. No one has been able to explain where he came from or where he went. Some researchers suggest he may have been a traveler from a parallel reality, while others consider it a hoax. The truth remains unknown. The story continues to intrigue and captivate the imagination, leaving questions with no answers. The Taos Hum. In the early 1990s, residents of the small town of Taos in New Mexico began reporting a strange low-frequency sound that not everyone could hear. It became known as the Taos Hum. People described the sound as a continuous hum, similar to the distant running of a diesel engine. It could be heard day and night, sometimes driving listeners nearly insane with its persistence. Some residents claimed the hum robbed them of sleep and caused headaches, while others heard nothing and considered it a product of imagination. Local authorities and scientists conducted investigations, but the source of the sound was never found. Noise measurements and inspections of power lines offered no answers. Authorities even speculated it could be linked to secret military technology or underground infrastructure. Yet no explanation proved convincing. For some, the hum was a real torment; for others, a mystery that no one could explain. Today, the Taos Hum remains one of the strangest acoustic anomalies. Only a few can hear it, and the reason behind it is still unknown. The phenomenon has inspired dozens of theories, from natural causes to the fantastical. But what truly lies behind this sound remains a mystery to this day. The Flatwoods Monster. In September 1952, in the small town of Flatwoods, West Virginia, several children spotted a bright fiery ball flying over the hills. The boys, accompanied by the mother of one of them, went up the hill where the strange object was said to have landed. The air was filled with a sharp smell of sulfur. At the top, they saw a bright glow and a strange metallic object partially hidden in the brush. Suddenly, a tall figure appeared from the shadows, a creature about 3 meters tall, with a round head, glowing eyes, and long claws. It moved slowly and emitted a piercing whistle, as if metal were scraping against metal. Frightened, the witnesses ran down the slope. When they returned with police, the creature had already disappeared. Officials officially explained the incident as a trick of light and a fallen meteor, but the witnesses insisted for the rest of their lives that they had seen the monster. The story of the Flatwoods Monster became a legend, spawning dozens of theories, from aliens to secret military experiments. The Maltese underground tunnels. In 1902, in Malta, during construction work, laborers accidentally discovered the entrance to an ancient underground complex, the Hessdalen Hypogeum. No one suspected the secrets hidden in its depths. It turned out to be a vast underground sanctuary, created over 5,000 years ago. Halls and corridors were carved by hand into the rock, descending deeper and deeper. Some chambers had unique acoustics, a whisper could amplify, turning into a hum, as if the walls themselves were speaking to visitors. Over time, rumors emerged that the tunnels extended beyond the officially opened halls, supposedly leading to secret levels hidden from outsiders. In the 1940s, newspapers published stories about schoolchildren allegedly disappearing in the underground labyrinths. According to rumors, they were never found. Archaeologists denied these claims, but local residents told stories to the contrary, that in the depths of the tunnels, one could hear footsteps and voices. Today, part of the hypogeum is open to tourists, but access to the lower levels remains forbidden. What these tunnels truly conceal remains a mystery. The Maltese hypogeum stands not only as a monument to an ancient civilization but also as a source of legends about hidden underground worlds. The ghost of Söderling Tunnel. In Sweden, near the small town of Söderling, there is an old railway tunnel built in the 19th century. In the 1970s, it became the site of mysterious events. Local teenagers began reporting that at night, a figure of a woman in a white dress could be seen in the tunnel. Witnesses claimed that when they tried to approach, the figure would dissolve right before their eyes. Sometimes, in the silence of the tunnel, one could hear a woman's crying or strange footsteps, even though no one was there. Locals linked this to the legend of a girl who had died under a train there decades earlier. The rumors spread throughout the area, and the tunnel became a popular spot for ghost hunters. Despite dozens of witnesses, no official explanation for the anomaly has ever been found. Today, the Söderling Tunnel remains a place of mystery and legend, where the brave go to test their nerves. Mount Roraima. On the border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana rises Mount Roraima, a giant plateau with sheer cliffs and a flat summit, shrouded in perpetual mist. For the indigenous peoples, it is a sacred place, which they called the home of the Great Spirit. In legends, the mountain was considered a fragment of an ancient world tree. In the 19th century, European explorers described Roraima as a lost world, inaccessible to humans. On its summit, unique plants and animals were discovered, found nowhere else on Earth. Some researchers believe that Roraima's isolation may have preserved traces of prehistoric life forms. Unusual rock formations on the plateau have inspired theories about ancient civilizations that supposedly left their mark here. Scientists explain Roraima's phenomena through geological processes, but its aura of mystery endures. Today, Mount Roraima remains a symbol of the unknown, reminding us that even on our planet, there are places full of secrets. The disappearance of Percy Fawcett's expedition. In 1925, British explorer Percy Fawcett set out into the heart of the Amazon in search of the legendary lost city of Z. He was convinced that the jungle concealed the ruins of an ancient civilization comparable to the Maya or the Inca. The expedition consisted of Fawcett himself, his son Jack, and their companion Raleigh. They ventured deeper and deeper, leaving behind only letters and diary entries sent back with guides. They were last seen in the region of the Xingu River. After that, the expedition vanished without a trace. For decades, hundreds of search parties tried to find any sign of them, but without success. Rumors ranged from attacks by tribes to death in the swamps, while some believed that Fawcett had found the city of Z and chose to remain there forever. Fawcett's disappearance remains one of the greatest mysteries of the Amazon, continuing to inspire explorers and writers to this day. The mysterious lights of Hessdalen. Northern Norway, the Hessdalen Valley. Since the 1980s, local residents have regularly observed strange glowing spheres in the sky. They appear white, yellow, or red, hovering in the air, changing direction, and vanishing without a trace. In 1984, scientists arrived and set up an automatic observation station. The glowing spheres were captured on video, their heat signatures recorded, and electromagnetic anomalies measured. But despite decades of observation, no scientific explanation for the phenomenon has been found. They are not satellites, not drones, and not ordinary atmospheric events. Physicists, geologists, and engineers still cannot explain their color, behavior, or the duration of their glow. The Hessdalen phenomenon continues to this day. The spheres appear several times a month, leaving behind only light and questions. Photographs that shouldn't exist. Sometimes old photographs reveal things that seemingly could not have existed at the time. One of the most famous is a 1941 photograph, where among the crowd stands a man wearing sunglasses and modern clothing. Some believe this to be evidence of time travelers. Another example is a mysterious camcorder in a 1930s photograph, where the cameraman appears to be holding a device resembling a modern video camera. There are also photographs showing mobile phones, taken long before they were invented. Scientists and skeptics explain this as coincidences, photographic artifacts, or errors of perception. But for mystery enthusiasts, each such photograph serves as new evidence of history's hidden secrets. Whether it is truth or illusion remains an open question. Yet these photographs that shouldn't exist continue to stir the imagination. If you enjoyed our video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. There's a lot of exciting content ahead.